This review has been made possible by Toyota of Naperville. As you know, Toyota has tons of brand new Toyotas available for purchase, but did you know that they also have a remarkable selection of used cars? Head on over to toyotaofnaperville.com and look through hundreds of used cars for sale right now.
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today I am driving a 2021 Toyota Tundra Limited. Up front is a 5.7 liter V8, and down below is a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now I'm super excited to be driving this here Tundra for one main reason, and as you can see, I have decorated the cabin for the occasion. This is the final year of the second generation Toyota Tundra. For 2022, Toyota is releasing a fully refreshed Tundra with a new engine and a new body, chassis, everything, a complete rework of the Tundra, meaning the second gen is coming to an end after a 15-year run. This generation of Tundra was announced at the 2006 Chicago Auto Show and has run ever since, all the way up till 2021. So today, besides the review, I am throwing the Tundra a little bit of a retirement party in hopes of ushering in the new era for the Tundra.
But before we get on with the rest of the video, if you are looking to help out the channel, there are a couple links in the description below from our awesome sponsors. One of which is Cash for Cars if you're looking to sell your used car. One is from Fixed, a Bluetooth OBD2 sensor to help diagnose your vehicle, and another from Conplates. Conplates is a suction cup license plate mount for your vehicle in case you don't want to drill into your front bumper. Each purchase or quote goes towards helping the channel, and it's greatly appreciated, so let's get on with the video.
So let's get back to that 5.7 liter V8. Well, it's been there since the Tundra started, and this is the last year for it. I'll put the horsepower and torque for the 5.7 up on the screen. Nothing really too crazy. It's not an insane V8, but they've used it for 15 years and they haven't had really any issues with it. Like I said, paired to it is that 6-speed automatic transmission, again here since the second gen started, and it shifts fine. It does the job. I'm not complaining about it. It seems to work pretty well. Last but not least, for the drivetrain, this here Toyota Tundra is 4-wheel drive. However, you can still find 2-wheel drive Tundras. This is the 4-wheel drive, and most Tundras will come 4-wheel drive, and we'll talk about how to toggle that a little bit later on. So let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have a bunch of gauges. On the left is my tachometer. In the center, I get my oil pressure, battery voltage, coolant temperature, and fuel. And on the right, I have my speedometer. Very, very basic gauges. They look like they have gears on the outside of them. And I think that they're okay, but again, in need of an update. In between the gauges, I do have a little digital screen. I'll cycle through some pages that you can cycle through here. There it is. Pretty much most Toyotas have this screen, if they have a screen at all, so par for the course. On the steering wheel on the left, I have my volume commands and skip track, as well as mute and hold. And on the right, I have my selectors for the center screen and the dash we just talked about, pages, lane keep assist, and collision alert. The steering wheel itself feels nice. It does have a nice leather wrapping around it, and it says Toyota in the middle, but nothing too crazy. To the left of me, I do have my mirror adjusters, my door lights, my headlight adjusters, so I can actually auto level the headlights from this switch right here. If I'm towing something and the rear of the vehicle is squatting, you don't want to be blinding other people on the road, so I can actually adjust that. I also have my rear cargo light and my rear window switch. So, as you'll see behind me through all my decorations, the entire rear window actually comes down like a 4Runner or Sequoia. I love this feature. I think it's absolutely fantastic. On a summer day, I don't think anything can beat that. On the door, I have my child locks, lock and unlock, and my power windows. Sadly, only the driver's window has auto. So only the driver's window is 1 touch down, 1 touch up, which is annoying, but again, par for the course. Moving into the center, we do have some pretty basic Toyota infotainment. All right, so Toyota infotainment, very bleak, very average. I have destination audio, phone, apps, Apple CarPlay, info, and setup. So we can go to info here. I can get my eco score. Now you have to remember this truck only has 11 miles on it, so you can't really believe the eco scores that you see on low mileage vehicles like that, because it's really only been driven on and off the truck and then around in a circle about 3 times by me. So just to remember that. Traffic incidents, traffic events on the current road, traffic events nearby, predictive traffic map, my traffic routes. Moving along here to weather. We have the 3-day forecast, 6 to 12 hour forecast, checked location, national and local, and my weather map. Look at that bad boy. Looks like mostly clear skies in the Chicagoland area with minor rain mixed in down to the southwest. No chance of snow because it's October and that would be friggin' weird. Looks like up near Grand Rapids, they're getting a little bit screwed by the rain, but hey, we're not there. Anyway, I also have Apple CarPlay, which is very, very nice. The screen itself is pretty clear and it's decently responsive to touch. However, it looks just like a generic regular screen here in any modern vehicle. There's nothing really too special about it. Now let's chuck the Tundra into reverse. Take a look at that backup camera. The lines do not adjust when you turn the steering wheel, which is unfortunate. I tend to look for that in vehicles, but I do get a nice view of the bumper to kind of give me spacing, and I have the lines as well, which are pretty nice, but again, nothing really to write home about. Off to the sides, I have my home, menu, audio, and map buttons, and I have seek, track, phone, and apps, which these buttons are kind of hard to see. I don't know if it's coming across on the camera itself, but when the light reflects off this sort of brushed aluminum look, it's actually kind of hard to see because the lights are white. Now at night, the buttons will light up and that will be less of an issue. But right now here at 10:38 in the morning, it's kind of hard to see the lettering sometimes. Down below the infotainment center, we do have the climate controls, which say Tundra on them. Very, very basic here. However, I do get dual zone that I can sync up with each other. The recirculating button does have a truck on it, which I really appreciate the fact that Toyota went out of their way to do this because they only offer 2 pickup trucks, the Tundra and the Tacoma. A vast majority of their lineup is cars and SUVs, so the fact that they went out of their way for this is a little bit special. And I do have my heated seat options right here. Moving further down the center stack, I have my USB in for the radio, 2 2.1 amp USB chargers, and my traction control. To finish that area off, on the right, I do have a 12-volt outlet. Then moving down into the center, I get this sort of awkward space. I guess you could set your phone or your key or whatever it is because this is keyless start, but I do get a cup holder. This is one of few cup holders. So we will do the big friggin' bottle test, and unfortunately the Tundra fails the big friggin' bottle test, even in the other cup holders up on the center console itself. Now talking about the shifter, again, a prehistoric shifter from Toyota used in every Toyota product from the 2000s. We're talking Lexus, we're talking Toyotas, we're talking everything got this little jigsaw shifter, I like to call it. So it's very, very dated. Down below the shifter, again, I have another little awkward sort of cubby, I guess. Not really sure what to put there. And then I do have a pretty sizable center console that I am pleasantly enjoying. Lots of storage options here in that center console, which I really like. Now, the seats are nice and comfortable. They are heated and they are power, which is nice. Sometimes I feel like Toyota does not want to give you power seats, especially in the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. That doesn't get power seats, which for a $45,000 truck is quite ridiculous, but this does get the power seats with the heating elements. But speaking of seats, we do have back seats, so let's go do a back seat review. All right, so we're in the back of the 2021 Toyota Tundra Limited, and first of all, the space back here is phenomenal. I can even wear my happy retirement hat, and I'm not hitting the ceiling, which can't be said about most other vehicles in general. My knees do not have a prayer of hitting the seat in front of me. Very, very comfortable. I also have speakers in the doors. I have this fold down cup holder, which is very nice. And I get a little Toyota first aid kit, which comes with like gloves, band-aids, things like that. Really, really neat. And I went through it with the Nissan truck, so there it is for Toyota, and it's Velcro. You just stick it down here at the bottom of the seat. I do have a 12-volt outlet in the center, and like I said earlier, this rear window actually folds down. However, I do not personally have controls back here for those said windows. So unfortunately, it's only at the driver's discretion of when that window gets rolled down. But if you ask politely enough, they should help you out. Let's go take a quick look at the bed, and then we'll talk about the looks. All right, so now we're talking around the back of the Tundra, and as you can see, they're a very basic bed. This seems to be just some type of spray-in bed line or something. Here's our backup camera, which is nice. And kind of a soft open tailgate. Nothing really too crazy there. This being the Limited, I don't get any sort of outlets. I get tie downs at the four corners, but that's really it. Nothing too crazy or really interesting back here. The tailgate is decently light. However, I don't really get any trickery on the tailgate like I would with a GMC or other trucks like that. Very simple, very basic. Here it is. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and I chose this specific Toyota Tundra for the blue. I really enjoy this blue color. I think it looks decent on these trucks, and more than anything, it just pops. It looks different. It stands out in a crowd as opposed to the blacks, silvers, and whites that you pretty much see all other Tundras in. It's hard to find Tundras in interesting colors besides some special editions, and so I always like to grab the interesting colored ones whenever I have the opportunity. This color used to be reserved for the TRD Pros, but this is not a TRD Pro, but it still gets the fun blue color. But now let's talk about my final thoughts here on the Toyota Tundra from 2021. Well, let's get my actual thoughts out first real quick. I think this truck is in a desperate need of an update. They've been doing the same thing since 2007, but it's getting one, so no fret there. I think for an honest basic pickup truck, a no frills pickup truck, this is pretty good. It's not flashy, you're not going to get any street cred at Home Depot or Lowe's, but it will do the job, and these seem to be pretty reliable. And so, let's begin the party. Let's start the party. Whatever time of day it is, we are in party mode to celebrate the end of the second generation Toyota Tundra, and we'll start with a walk down memory lane. The second generation Toyota Tundra was announced at the 2006 Chicago Auto Show for the 2007 model year. The truck was first built in Indiana, but was quickly transferred to its current home in San Antonio, Texas in 2008. In 2009, Toyota started to offer the TRD Rock Warrior package, featuring off-road parts and special paint colors. And 2010 saw the addition of the Platinum trim level. One October night in 2012, an unmodified Toyota Tundra towed the Space Shuttle Endeavour across the Manchester Boulevard Bridge in Los Angeles, California. In 2013, again at the Chicago Auto Show, the Tundra got its one and only facelift for the second generation. 2014 started the 1794 edition, which was a luxury package meant to rival Denali, King Ranch, and Longhorn. It was named after the founding year of the cattle ranch that the Tundra factory is built on. The TRD Pro package was added in 2015. A Louisiana man in 2016 passed 1 million miles on his 2007 Tundra, averaging 125,000 miles a year, and had it serviced 117 times at his local Toyota dealer. Toyota gave Mr. Shepard the brand new Toyota Tundra in exchange for his million-mile truck, and they quickly disassembled it to study the effects of 1 million miles and how it was so reliable. Alan Pierce from California received a new Toyota Tundra after his was burned in the wildfires while transporting people to safety. Twice. 2018, Toyota killed the regular cab, and in 2020, Toyota killed the 4.6-liter V8 option. And while in 2021 saw a new Trail and Nightshade editions, it will also see the retirement of the second generation Tundra. 15 years. 15 long years of service. In that time, the Ram had 3 generations, the Silverado had 3 generations, and the F-150 had 4 generations. I can tell you that at the end of its run, the second generation Tundra was outdated. And while that's very true, there's a more blaring truth. The second generation Tundra has been the quiet backbone of the United States. As mentioned earlier, they're manufactured in San Antonio, Texas, and 75% of the Tundra's parts are sourced from the United States, including the complete assembly of the engines and the transmissions. In those 15 years, over 1.6 million Tundras were built by Americans. And so you can get on your high horse and look at that little American flag badge that the new F-150s have on the dash and say, this is my American truck. You can get into your lifted Silverado and say, hey, Florida Georgia Line used this in their music video. This is the most American truck. Or you can get in your Dodge Laramie Longhorn and you can say this was used in the film Interstellar. This is the most American truck. But at the end of the day, The Tundra is the most American truck. It has provided jobs to thousands of Americans for the last 15 years. It has sparked development of a new factory in San Antonio, Texas, where it was before manufactured in Sweet Home, Indiana. And so, yes, the Tundra has been destined for the retirement home for a couple of years now. But I think it's officially time to close this chapter of the Tundra's life. This truck drove around the world. It saved lives. And it produced opportunity. And while it might not be a superhero, it's not going to get a comic book adaptation. This truck is not the hero that we deserved, but it was the hero that we needed. The Tundra is entering a new era with turboed V6s and hybrid systems. I can only hope that the third generation of the Tundra lives up to a quarter of what the second gen was. And that's all I could ever ask for. Happy retirement, second gen Tundra. It's well deserved. And you might be saying, Zach, are you drinking in a YouTube video while driving? It's YouTube, guys. Leave me alone. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Toyota of Naperville for letting me take out and say goodbye to their second generation Toyota Tundra. This is one of their vehicles on the lot. They have a bunch of these. Get them before they're gone in all the different Tundra colors, all the different packages. They are absolutely awesome. We've been working together for almost 3 years at this point, and it has been a nearly flawless experience. They're great. Their staff is great. And I cannot recommend Toyota of Naperville enough. If you're a fan of the channel, you know I've been speaking well of them for a long, long time. And this is just another page in that book. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.